Okay, I've got green light. I think I've got sound. 1, 2, 3, sound check. This looks good. Preview looks good. Alright, I just forgot to pick up my phone. Ah. Alright, standby 1. Okay, we should be good. I think we're up. Alright, we got everything, guys. Welcome, everybody. I hope you are feeling great, you are enjoying your weekend. We are back. We are back quite quickly after tomorrow's, after yesterday's live stream with the Tupolev 134. And I felt like we needed some detoxing, you know? We needed some detoxing from that airplane, so why not take the Phenom? I think the Phenom is a great airplane. We haven't flown it in a while, so why not do it? And you guys decided to vote for Canada, for snowy Canada, so off we go. It is gonna be it. So yeah, welcome everybody. We're flying the Phenom today across 2 destinations, one of which was actually suggested by a subscriber yesterday on the live stream. It is Castlegar in Canada, and then I found another airport which is quite interesting. It's called Ospika. Its code name is Charlie Bravo Alpha 9, and man, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place. You'll love it. You will love it. So it's gonna be cool. Sitting Crash Flyer, great to see you here. How are you? I hope you're doing good. LPCB plane spotting, good afternoon. How are you? Looking good here. Mike Smith, greetings. Welcome. Great to see you here. So guys, we are at Kelowna in Canada, and we'll be doing a very short hop. It's basically, I think in the straight line, it's like 72 nautical miles from Kelowna to Castlegar. One important note, I am not using real world weather, but I'm using real world weather. This is actually the first time that I'm using historical weather, because currently the weather is terrible in Canada. Basically a very low ceiling, bad visibility, a lot of clouds, all that stuff, so it would be completely impossible to make this flight. So after searching a little bit with Windy, I have premium Windy, I noticed one of the clear days was 21st of January this year. So that's exactly the day we're picking up here today. So the weather you will be seeing here is the real world weather from the 21st of January this year. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We are of course on VATSIM, so if you are willing to join, you still have enough time, especially for the second leg. That's the most important. And here is how the story goes. So we are here, pilots of this Phenom 300, beautiful livery, by the way. I really love the way it looks, especially in the sun. Really fantastic. And we will be flying to our first destination, is Castlegar. We're going to be picking up some clients there and flying them to Ospika for whatever reason. And then we're going to stay there, and we actually are going to continue our journey on another stream from there, but on a different plane for quite some different reasons. So yeah, enough talking, let's go inside of the airplane. It's a very easy airplane to set up. I don't think I've loaded it up completely yet. Oh boy. So started from the toilet. Okay, let's open the door here. Leave that open, and I just want to check that we actually got the doors closed. I think so. I've closed it, so we're gonna put some weight here, some of our personal belongings, some pilot stuff in, and let's get inside. Beautiful, nice, clean cabin, and nice and sharp cockpit. So parking brake is set. This is all off, off. And I'll just do a very quick check. So unfortunately this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't kind of works, okay. So I'm gonna pull this, I can't check this, so it's fine. We're gonna start with battery 1 and 2, and then it's a very simple setup. So auto, 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 auto. We'll wait until the airplane boots up a little bit. Press the button on, checking the status here. Passenger door is open. We've got enough crew oxygen. Accumulator pressure is looking good. 1 degree of outside air temp. Interestingly, fuel, we've got 302 kilos of each tank.
System test. Okay.
That's checked. Anti-ice, well, it's not turned on, and of course we are now running everything from the battery. So starting with some tests. Stall protection. Yesterday on the live stream I spoke about the stick pusher,
Stall.
and you can see it here on the Phenom.
Stall. Pass. Stall. Stall.
There you go. See, that's the stick pusher. So it essentially forces the airplane down. All right. All right. Checking this.
Fire.
The smoke detection and the fire detection.
Fire. Fire.
Brilliant. Everything is tested nicely. So we continue with the pumps are on auto. Hydraulic pumps, I'll leave them closed for now, so we save some battery. I'll leave the signs off for now. Windshield heating off. Auto off, 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 off. That sounds all good to me. ECS will go to both. Auto mode. Air conditioning fan for now off. We don't need it now. And I'll leave the ignition on auto, so it will be automatically managed by the systems for the engine start. Nav lights, of course, are going to come on, so everybody knows we are on board. And let's go inside SimBrief and see what we have prepared. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing here. This is Sky Vector, just so you have a graphical idea of what we are doing. We are right now in Kelowna, 79 miles, straight line all the way here to West Kootenay Regional Airport, or Castlegar. I'll be flying there, doing the approach, landing, picking up our passengers, and then we're going to be flying all the way up here to this airport, Charlie Bravo Alpha 9, Ospika Airport. Very nice place, you'll love that. By the way, if you want to fly with me, you're still in time. Grab the scenery pack that's on the description and fly with me from Castlegar to Charlie Bravo Alpha 9. You'll love it. Okay, so, interesting thing I decided to check. So if you go here to flyplan.com or any other provider of services, you can actually see what's the fuel price for each airport. And I decided to check that. I checked one for Kelowna and I checked one for West Kootenay Regional, so Castlegar Airport. And why did I do this? As you can see, in Kelowna it's a little bit more expensive, and especially if you take a lot of it, it becomes, well, even more expensive. So if the opposite would happen, let's say in Kelowna for whatever reason the fuel would be less expensive, we could actually fill enough fuel for the 2 flights. So this way we wouldn't be needing to refuel at Castlegar, sorry, I keep messing that name. This way saving some fuel, some money for the company we're flying for. Or if this is a private jet for a private person, would just save money to that guy. So yeah, I decided to check this out of fun. In real world, this is how they do it. In fact, in the aerodrome where I train, we have quite frequently private jets landing empty, refueling, and then departing somewhere else, just because the fuel is less expensive, and therefore it is more convenient and cheaper to land in this smaller airfield, refuel there, and then continue onward. Tobias Flight, hey, good to see you here. LPC plan spotting, tudo bem? Marta Depression, desligar meus planos para amanhã, let's see next weekend. Oh, estavas a pensar fazer algum spotting? Or were you thinking to do some spotting? Saying Crash Fire, I'm fine, I have cookies. Oh, fantastic. We've got some, probably got some cookies as well somewhere along here. So we need to check that. But I think it would be a great idea to have the cookies refilled for this flight. Okay, so coming to Simbrief, the flight plan is extremely simple, this one. It ends at this waypoint called Tykes. I believe that that could be due to, yeah, Tykes being the initial approach fix for the only approach that we have in Castlegar. And this is a very interesting approach because it essentially doesn't go for a specific runway, so you can do whatever you want from it. So you can either do circle to land, I believe, or you can do probably a straight in if you see the runway, which is going to be interesting. I don't anticipate any problems for us. We probably are going to do the circle to land, just out of fun. So more on that later. It's going to be a short flight, as I said. We're expecting how much time? 19 minutes airtime, so it's going to be very short. So it's better actually to have the plan already. So, fine. As I said, we're flying empty, and we need a block fuel of 829. So this is the first thing I will be doing. I'll be refueling the airplane, and then I will be starting to configure everything. So to refuel it, I'm gonna come here and yeah, ground, fantastic. Okay, so we needed 829. So that's roughly 415 on each tank. So about there and about there. Fantastic, we've got it. Total of 837.5. Very good, so we've got that, and I will leave this on the V-speeds. We'll take off with flaps 1, compute that already, and send the takeoff V-speeds to the PFD. Excellent. Now, a funny thing is we do have an ATIS here for Kelowna, but we don't have Vancouver Center. There are no frequencies online, and I've checked with VATSIM radar. The only ATC we have is Vancouver Terminal Control. But let me just check. Does it cover? No, it doesn't even cover Kelowna. It's a bit far away. But never mind. Let's go into our Garmin. Let's go to the flight plan. In it, I'll be inserting a departure out of here. We'll be using runway 16 according to the current METAR, because I'm using the old weather, but old weather I've already checked. The wind is basically light and variable, so we can go with whatever we need. And we'll be departing with Kelowna 1, which is Charlie Yankee Lima Whiskey 1. So entering that, we'll use runway 16. And I'll be loading this, so there we go. From here we have a vector to essentially fly to anywhere we need. And that's where I'll be starting to insert the rest of my flight plan. And the route is fairly simple, so let me grab it here. It's basically direct to Tykes, so that's exactly where I'll be inserting. Fantastic. So Canada, that's correct. Insert, and then... Oh, did that just insert in the middle of the procedure? That's interesting. Let me see. Tykes. Not used to this keyboard layout. It's useful, but I'm not used to it. Alright, then we're flying to Sierra Yankee, Sierra Golf, CG, and we will be talking a little bit about CG. I know you guys voted for the flight controls yesterday on the live stream, but I feel like I want to talk about flight controls on a different stream with a different airplane, so you will be able to actually properly see what's what. Right, RNAV Alpha, that's correct, and we're gonna come from Tykes. Minimums, yes, we do have Barrow, and Barrow 4380. 4380, oh boy, I will scroll that up for a while. Can I just hold it? No. Well, that's annoying. 4380. Alright, we're gonna have to scroll those. Almost there, and we're going to add a 40 feet operational margin, so that will be 44 20. Just like that. No primary frequency. I'm going to put load, enter, and we will be checking that it actually corresponds to what we have in the chart. So it's Tykeys, from Tykeys to Applet, 339 081, yep, 6 miles, that's correct. From Applet to Bubag on 171, 4.3, that is correct. Then we're going to apply to Reson, 2.2 miles, 171, correct. Final approach fix. This is at 6,800 feet. APVOV, this is 4.6 miles, 195, that's correct. And AMLAC, missed approach point 2.6, 4,500 there. That sounds good. OMVAC, GADF, and then we have a hold. So all looks good. Very nice. So what I can actually do here, I can remove the vector. So we will not require the vector. Or perhaps I could change that later on. Alright, fine, good. So I will close this. So that's right, we've got everything in. Do we have an initial climb? Initial climb, 9,000. So I'm going to set 9,000 here. Fantastic. And in fact, because there's only 2 of us here, I'm just going to do a very quick walk around, just to make sure that everything is nice and closed. If you guys didn't know, we can actually refuel the airplane from here, but we're not going to do that now. I'm going to refuel it probably like this once we land in Castlegar. For whatever reason, I cannot remember. Okay, everything is closed. Everything seems just fine. Yep. So we can definitely come back to the airplane. I'll probably already ask these guys to leave. And we can go onwards. Close the door, all that stuff. Ah, keep forgetting. I have to pull it here. And there we go, fantastic. Can I close the curtains here? No, doesn't matter. Okay, so let's start. Hydraulic pumps open. Windshield heating will come up later, and I'm gonna put the strobe lights on. We don't have a beacon light on this airplane, but we have it for we have just the strobes. All right, let me just check the CTAF frequency for Kelowna, if there is any. 119.6, yes there is. Very good. So we 119.6, set that in. I'll leave 1228 on the standby. I'll have to check the current altimeter here, 3042. So clear the alert. Transponder will be... I actually didn't receive the message. Let's put it on code 2000. And PFD, altitude unit, inches, so 3042, right? That's what it was. 3042, absolutely right. So 3042 is set. I'm going to set a runway heading of 160. I'm going to put nav, vertical speed, plus 2,500 to start with. 9,000 was already selected, so GPS, flight director, yacht amper, vertical speed plus 2,500 altitude selection. That is correct. Wind data is on with option 1, so that's great. And I want to declutter a little bit our insert here. Battery discharge. Yes, I know. We're going to have to go with it. Alright, guys. Checklist, please. Oh, yep, I can come here. Never mind. Phenom, 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 please. There we go. Alright, power up, battery 1 and 2 on, GPU button not required, oxygen, that's fine, that's checked, signs, well, we can put them on even though we don't have passengers, but we're gonna put them on. Nav lights on, emergency light switch is not armed, now it is. Trims, that didn't check those actually. They do work though. I'll leave the maximum green trim for pitch nose up. Just like that. Loose items are secure, plugs, pins, cap, final work run completed. EFBs will be checked and on board before start. So before we do the start, guys, let's do a very simple departure briefing and arrival briefing as well. So here's what we're gonna do. We are right now, I don't know what position is this, but we are on this top part of the field. We'll be starting on the ramp, taxiing backtrack here towards Foxtrot. Correction, actually, we can just go for the runway. There's no connection there. Towards hotspot 1. For runway 16, we'll depart full length. We'll use flaps 1. And we will go with V-speeds of 104, 104 for V1 and rotate, and 117 for V2. VFS is going to be 121, and we'll be accelerating for 220 for our initial climb out speed. I'll actually probably maintain 225. Cruising altitude flight level 210, and because the airfield elevation is 1,402, let me confirm that. Yep, that's exactly right. We will be doing our thrust reduction at 800 feet above, so that will be 2,220 feet. And we'll do the cleanup and then accelerate at 3,420. So that'll be thrust reduction and acceleration for us. The weather is completely fine. Anti-ice is automatic on this airplane. We'll just need to remind myself to... actually, never mind. Sorry, it's not automatic. So we might require some anti-ice when we get into the clouds, and I'll probably select that to on. I was for a second confusing that with the E-jet. And from there, we will depart via the Kelowna 1 departure. Let me just get this open here. Oh boy, I forgot to put up the departure briefing like that. Via the Kelowna 1, this is going to be page 10-3 Alpha from 17th of April. Transition altitude 18,000 feet. Safe altitude within 100 miles is 12,500. This speaks a lot about the terrain around this field. Pretty high terrain, as we can see. Some peaks here are at 7,110. And some areas that can affect us. MSA, as you can see, 8,800. So pretty high, pretty significant terrain. Running 34, we're not using that. Contact Vancouver Center after passing 4,000. It is not online again. I checked that a couple of times. We do have an obstacle trees to 1,470, approximately 0.1 nautical mile past departure end of runway, 500 left and right of runway center line. That's important. Minimums, we comply with that, and we comply with the climb gradient absolutely fine. The track is going to be heading 160, intercepting on track 2322 West Bank NDB, interestingly an NDB departure, then climb outbound track 246 from the NDB for vector follow the sign route. So I'll be turning towards the left and then continuing the climb. There is the bloody arrow again. So we're going to continue on the climb towards Tykees. Alright, climbing flight level 210, and from that point onwards, once we start the descent, Tykees, we are expecting that to be at 8,300 to Eplit, and we'll be executing the RNAV GNSS Alpha runway, unassigned runway, page 12-1 for Castlegar. A couple of important things. MSA in this area 10,300 feet, so very high. Transition level 180. And from Tykees we'll fly to Eplit, which is intermediate fix, Bubak, Resident, and Ipmov. If I have the possibility to go below the clouds and we're going to be VFR, I might depending on the wind, of course, we're going to check the wind once we get closer, but I might just disconnect the autopilot, hand fly the airplane to a lower altitude here, and just do a visual approach towards the runway 15. This is going to save us some time, some fuel, etc. If not, we're going to continue via this approach, bag resonant at final approach fix until above and then all the way down to MLAC. And once we break out from the clouds, we'll do a circle to land. Important thing, there is no circling north of the runway. So quite careful with that. And we'll be essentially just continuing onward here, doing a left-hand turn, lining up with runway 33. And once we land, we will vacate probably either via Alpha or via Bravo. Runway length is not very large, 5,299 feet for those who are used to read this in meters like I am. This is 1,615 meters, so 1.6 kilometers. Not that far away. A couple of important notes here. Caution, mountains surround the airport and protrude into takeoff and approach areas above runways. 40 feet AGL power line crosses the approach to runway 33, approximately 1,500 from threshold, so this is probably the power line that will be crossing there. Aircraft and instrument approaches may use high rates on descent and high terrain reduced operational lengths to runway 15 and 33 PAPI. Airport use restricted daylight hours only except for emergencies. Runway 15 right hand circuit. Yep, that's correct. Alright, that sounds good. We comply with this and take off and departure procedure. Yeah, we'll read that later. Very good, so that will be about it. And yeah, if something goes wrong here at Kelowna, we'll just continue climbing and then return back for this field and land. That's the departure brief completed, so we can go ahead. My question here now, will we have enough battery to start the engines? I think so. Well, I think so. Okay, anyways, I'll let the strobe lights on. That was my mistake. Before start checklist, PDFB wireless are on airplane mode. Fuel quantity, we've got the fuel that we needed, 837 looks good. Doors are closed, and yeah, it's completely closed. Engine ignition switches are on auto, both sides. Thrust levers are on idle, and parking brake is set. Seatbelt shoulder harness is set. So before start checklist is complete, engine, that's just fine. I'm gonna close this. All clear around us. Alright, let's go. Actually, I'll leave the status on and starting 2. A very simple airplane to start. It's literally it. Walney, great to see you here. How are you? There we go, got a good start on number 2. Let's start number 1. How are you, Walney? Man, it's really sad that you got that crash on your flight. Snacks, good to see you here. This is slightly a less complex airplane, don't you think? Alright, fantastic. We've got a good start. So let me just do my flow. Windshield heating is going to come on here. Ice protection for now not required. And I'm going to put the cabin fan to high. I like to hear the fan noise for whatever reason. We'll use flaps 1. That's set. Taxi light is on. And very good. I probably will switch this already to alt mode. That is all checked. And yes, as you can see, it's turned on here. Whenever you turn something on, you can actually see it. That's pretty cool. And electrical is looking good. Battery has been charged. So that's fantastic. Alright, clear on the left, clear on the right. Flight controls seem free. And before tax, GP button is not used. Battery 1 and 2 voltages, we did check that. Stall systems check, flight controls check, trims are set for departure. Flaps set for departure, position 1 and the same as indicated. AFCS is checked, altimeters are cross-checked, I believe they are synchronized. Yes, they are. 3042 apart from this one, which I forgot to set up. That's exactly why we use checklists. Ice protection not required, just the windshield heating. And we can continue. I don't think we didn't have any precipitation, so I can just go with it. Alright, that's the taxi complete. Or the before taxi. Taxi checklist is just the briefing. So brakes are released. Oh, the vertical speed has reset for whatever reason. There we go. Brakes off. And off we go. Ground charts, please. Kelowna traffic, November 45 Golf, taxiing via taxiway 3 and Alpha to runway 16, Kelowna traffic. Very good. Alright, get some power in. Yep, there's Alpha, very short taxi time. It's all clear on our right and all clear on our left. So we've got that on. And there is no one on approach, I believe. Yeah, I see no one. I'll check it with the map as well. Yep, there is no one on approach. Landing light will be on. Taxi checklist brief. Kelowna 1 straight ahead towards the right for the NDB and then a vector. Left hand turn. And before takeoff configuration. We'll be checking.
Takeoff. Okay.
It's checked. Cast messages. None shown. Strobe lights are on. Landing lights are on. Before takeoff checklist is complete. Alright, I'll be closing this for now. And we're pretty light, so let's go 40%, stabilized, and takeoff green. And thrust is set, speed is live. Oh no, why did the speed reset? Alright, it's fine. That's V1, rotate, and V2. Positive climb. Gear up. Oh, there goes snow. Pitch that up. Alright, I wanted to 20 on the speed. Thrust reduction. Let's go autopilot. And I set to 25. Interestingly, why wasn't it following the GPS there? But alright. Flaps up. And we passed the thrust reduction acceleration, so we continue. Went into the clouds, let me put some ice protection. Still on GPS yacht Emperor. And there's flight level change. There we go, GPS is engaged. Clear of the clouds, beautiful departure. Put this off, off, off. And we're getting fast. I mean, we have no constraints, so we'll continue onward to 210. There's no point for us to slow ourselves. Heading sync. Inclement traffic, November 45 Gulf passing 9,500 feet, last call. Changing to Unicom. There's 10,000 feet, lights off. Ah, beautiful departure. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, at this point, we are well above the MSA, and we are well above, no, or almost above the minimum safe altitude that we had there. So, here's my suggestion, guys. Heading, left-hand turn as we reefed, and then I'll go flight plan, tie keys, and I'll do a direct, and I'll do enter, and I can insert back nav. GPS is on, and we're running good. After takeoff, gear is up, flaps are up, yacht anchor is on, thrust levers are set to climb, as protection, just the windshield. After takeoff checklist is complete, at 10,000 we can check that the pressurization is working, it is indeed. And oxygen system is all fine, signs outlet switch, I have no passengers now, so just continue. Beautiful. I'm running, by the way, the XA snow plugin, so that's why we have all this snow. It was weird, why didn't we have the snow on the ground on the departure? So it just appeared as we took off, but it's totally fine. Synchronous, I've learned that you shouldn't leave fuel traces unless it's to your advantage and you get a bonus for it. Okay, I now understood it. Alright, past 18,000, so let's go here. PFD, standard barrow. Standard is set, and standard is set. And we continue with our climb. Very short flight. Oh, look at that, beautiful. I love it. I was actually missing a lot of the snow. Checked. We need one more. Felt a bit early. But I don't know if I want to get into the clouds. 21 feels like we'll probably get into the clouds. So let's start to lower. Let's hit out. Get this. We put flight level change, altitude selection, 20,000, and we'll leave the airplane accelerating now. Otherwise I feel like we will be flying inside those clouds, and I don't really want to do it. Alright, put this to cruise. The airplane will still probably accelerate quite a bit. Heading sync, and that is it. Walney, I'm good flat, currently recording one of my older sceneries. Oh, which one? Dude, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking that I think we really need to fly again to Horog, but on the Yak 40 to make it like proper. We need to reproduce that Aeroflot photo. I mean, like Estelle, great to see you here. How are you, man? Phenom tip, don't click on the engine gauges, it will crash your sim. Oh, thank you very much, I will not do it. And the wind is really howling here. I have the window open. I'll have to close that. There we go. Alright, looking good. Temperature -11, and we are just skimming on this a layer of clouds. Man, the scenery is looking fantastic. Could almost say it's looking phenomenal. Daifuka, I've arrived late with the snow. Great to see you here, man. Do you have the Phenom, by the way, Daifuko? I don't remember. I think so. I think you have the Phenom. This could be an interesting flight for you. Okay, because we're not that far off already, I mean, quite close to be honest, I'm gonna put the direct to Taikis but the initial approach fixed, or in fact, you know what, I can just go to procedure and I can activate the approach. This will give me a direct to Taikis, and this will give me a VNAV, which is even better. And what is even better, I can control the rate of descent. I want 3 degrees of descent here. So this is what I'll do. It will recalculate the target, and we can see our top of descent here just fine. Now, let's go V speeds. We'll land with flaps 3 or flaps 4. We'll compute this. 103, 103, 117. So 117, or sorry, VREF 103, that means plus 5. I usually like to add a little bit more, so let's add plus 7. That'll be 110. So I could actually already pre-select that, to be fair. $110, or nah, you know what? Probably that's not a very safe course of action right there. So I'll leave 180 to start with, because 180 is our first notch of flaps, and then we'll see. Some bit of turbulence. Let's see, do we have wing flex here? Probably very minimal, but probably very minimal. And I need to check the CTAF for yeah, that's the wrong 1221, so let's set that up. 1221. Or Castlegar. So a quick extra brief on this approach. So we're entering by Taikis, Eplet, Bubag, Resins. If the weather is going to allow me, I'll do autopilot off, visual maneuvering between the mountains here on the valley, and then visual approach for runway 15. If not, we'll continue onward, break through, level at the minimus, and then turn back, join basically the left-hand circuit for runway 33. And that'll be it. Although there is no exact circling for running 15, so perhaps I don't think we can actually do it. Probably we cannot do it, so we have to do the circling. Okay, so we do the circling. If we'll be unable to do the circling, here's what we'll do. We'll do full power. Sorry, if we do a missed approach, we'll do full power out of here, and we'll do a left-hand turn climbing, and I'll be joining the missed approach, the published missed approach, because that's how you're supposed to do it. All right? So that's the plan. Minimas are already set, everything seems to be good. And did I just miss VNAV? Yeah, I just missed VNAV. Alright then, please. VPath, gonna catch up with it. Do a power reduction here. Yeah, we got missed the VNAV descent. That's alright. Not a big deal. Beautiful. Really beautiful. Let me check. Do we have the weather? Can I check the weather here? Yes, I can. So, sky conditions 3,800. Broken 19,500. Temperature 0, dew point -8. 3041, so I could actually already set this. So 3041, That's set, and PFD, close this, and put 3041. That's set. And wind 330 at 6 knots. So actually, runway 33 is our preferred runway. So that's good. So that's good. It's absolutely stunning, this scenery. Thank you very much for the suggestion. Synchronized wire. Now imagine we had a Falcon 8X. You know, that airplane really doesn't do much for me. I think I would just prefer a improved Phenom. Just that, to me, would be already like pretty good. Like if all of these things like oxygen mask, all the extra buttons worked, perhaps circuit breakers, even though I don't think circuit breakers would be really a thing. Perhaps the cabin could be slightly reworked. It's not bad. Probably not the cabin, but I think probably there's something missing in terms of functionality in the Garmin G1000 for sure. So I'd have that. And then a Falcon 8. But I can understand. I can understand, absolutely. Daifuku, yes I do, but I haven't used it in a while. Well, this is your this is a brilliant opportunity for you. Hop in your Phenom 300 and join me from here, from Castlegar to what's the other name? I keep forgetting the name. It's a bit of a weird name. Ospika. Well, I'm doing a Echo Papa November Mike. There are no charts for it. Oh, good luck. Good luck with that. Are we gonna catch the profile now? Out selection. Yep, we did catch the profile. Good. So I'm gonna add a bit of power. We don't have an auto throttle on this airplane, so this is the only thing I'll have to manage. Okay, and we are 11 miles from Taikis. Castlegar traffic, November 45 Golf, passing 13,000 feet. Inbound Taikis, 11 miles out for an RNAV Alpha approach. I don't think there's anyone here, but yeah, there's literally no one. But would you look at that scenery though? And sorry, I forgot, this is quite loud. I love this livery. On the sun, with the contrast of the snow, it looks quite sleek. Almost military, or quite sporty. Perhaps. Actually, leave that on. 103, 103. Let's add plus 9. Correction, plus 7. Now we'll leave with plus 7. It's fine. Heading sync. And transition. Altimeters are checked. Lights are required. Windshield heat is on. Ah, well, that's the climb. Whatever. Descent. Ice protection. Not required. Pressurization. Landing field elevation. 1624. That is absolutely correct. Whoops. And landing speeds are set. In range. Signs set. Altimeters cross-checked. Fuel. We still have enough. Landing distance is good. Lights not required for now. And cockpit loose items stored. Approach briefing is completed. Very interesting. This is a really cool checklist. It has some items that I would have removed, but still. And we can continue with the approach checklist. In fact, landing lights approaching 10,000 feet. So, yep, landing lights on. Crossfeed knob is off. Windshield heat is on. Approach checklist is complete. feeling like I've been selecting the wrong altitude from the start. What is going on with me? So let me set 4,400, or I can set the minimum. Yeah, that's correct. Like that, perfect. This nice pool of clouds though, not so nice. Because we're going straight into it. The airport should be right here. So lovely. Very lovely. And it was a beautiful day, this 21st of January. Okay, there we go. On the VNav again. That'll be the turn. Okay, soon I'll start to be... what? We just lost VNav, okay. So, boo back, 7,300s. Let's do it manually then. Oh, now we got it. Wait, VPath? For a second I thought we lost it. And start to slow down. Beautiful. Would you look at that? How's the outside temp? -10. I will probably anticipate, as we're going to dive deep into these clouds, and we're going to put on some engine noise protection. And starting to slow down. Oh, look at that, vertical profile. So, approach it is, flight path. Even though this is not exactly light path, but I'll take it. I will take it. Alright, let me reduce the speed here. Final approach, I want it to be 109. So 109 it is. Set, because we can set the glide path. I'll still keep for now the minimus. Hitting sync. Starting to see between the clouds, but I don't think it's enough to visually maneuver. Five miles to the field, let's go flaps 1. Oh, quite powerful. And this is just slats, I believe. Or no, wait, it doesn't have... No, it doesn't have slats. So it is flaps indeed. Synchronous flyer, I'm also happy with my Mitsubishi MU2. Yeah, that's an interesting plane. Snacks, you're back. I had a phone call to make. I hope it went well. Yeah, the weather is beautiful. It's completely amazing. Okay, less than 5 miles. Let's put the gear down. And we see the airport. I see the airport. We've got 1,000 to go. Airport is in sight. Castle Guard traffic, November 45 Golf. Over the field will be joining left-hand pattern for runway 33. Let's go flaps 2. Flaps 2 is quite powerful. Now we're just on the top of the layer. Let's go flaps 3. I want to have a proper breakout. Still not very amazing. Approaching our minimus. I mean, kind of see it. Alright, let's go autopilot off. Flight direct is off. My control. Yeah, there we go. 100 to minimus. Ah, beautiful. Gear is down, 1 notch of flaps missing.
Minimums.
Checked, continue. Ah, that was right to minimus. Beautiful. Alright, in case this goes wrong, missed approach is 8,800. Just like that. So keep adding power now. I don't want to descend too much, because now we're completely visual. We're also clear of the weather, so ice protection for now, we don't require it. Save some power. 1,626. In fact, I should have kept descending. As I'm going to pass this mountain right here, I'm going to turn towards the left, and then we'll catch up with the vertical profile just fine. I'm not using the external view on purpose to not cheat, but we can see our 5-mile range, because I'm going to hit 5 miles. 5 times 3 is going to be 5 times 3. Wait, why am I doing this? Yeah, 1,500. That's what we 1,500. That's where we should be. 1,600 above. So 1,600 plus 1,600 is 3,200. Want to be at 3,200 feet to be on a 3-degree descent. So, in fact, I'll probably start turning about now. Let's do a 30-degree turn. Watch out that sink rate. A bit of turbulence. Now we're slightly below the glide.
Caution terrain.
That's checked.
Caution terrain. Caution terrain.
And the question now is,
Caution terrain.
where is the field? Because I don't see it. Okay, I see it now. Yeah, we're slightly below. Still 1 notch of flaps missing. I see the power lines now. Can you see the power lines? Jesus Christ, those are big. They are right here. Don't climb. Okay, now I can see it pretty well. Seems like we got some updrafts and downdrafts here as well. Like minimal, but yeah, we do have them. Let's go flaps full. Get on our approach speed now. Flaps are full, gear is down, 3 grains. We're good to go. Cancel our traffic, November 45 Golf's on final, runway 33. Yeah, I want to keep this speed. Okay. Starting a very nice and shallow turn, not a long runway, so no floaters. Especially due to the power lines. 3 whites, that's fine.
500.
Checked. That's fine because I don't want to go below that because of the power lines. Power lines are quite high. Holy cow.
300.
This is interesting. We're gonna have to dive a little bit once we pass those power lines. Speed is good.
200.
Right, we passed the power lines. Yes, we did. Dive down a bit. Compensate with less power.
100.
Power to idle. There we go. Ground spoilers, manual braking, no reverses. Wow. That was impressive. Nah, that wasn't smooth. I let it go at the end. Alright, flaps up. Let's vacate here. Vacating via Alpha. And windshield heating off. Flaps are up. Castle out traffic, November 45 Golf running 33 vacated by Alpha, taxiing to the ramp. Alright, because we're gonna have those passengers coming on, I wanna park somewhere along here, so our door is gonna be turned towards them if they will be coming up from there. Okay, lights off. And let's see, this is gonna go off. And it's off, engines off, ignition off, strobes off. And we're gonna leave the rest as is. Hydraulic pumps will be closed for now. Cut the oxygen. Nav lights will be on. Let's see. After landing, flaps up, ice protection off, lights off, trims reset for departure. They are reset. And engine shutdown, thrust levers idle, emergency pocket brakes set, start, stop, knob stop, signs off, lights off, emergency light switch. We'll keep that on for now. After 2 minutes, batteries 1 and 2 switches off. Alright, we'll keep that on for now, and I'm just gonna pass this over. So, let's get to the door. God damn it. Let's get to the door. We're gonna have to go open up the aft cargo. There is this one, and then I'll open the other one. It's actually not from this side, but probably we can leave. We can leave the forward one for just pilot stuff. But I want to open this thing here because we'll be doing some refueling. So put this to on, and let's go grab some paperwork. Right? Grab some paperwork now. Okay. So, to grab some paperwork, we need to go to SimBrief, and we need to close this, edit flight, keep past time. Just want to see what's the UTC now. So it'd be 18:18, so let's say in 20 minutes with a part, or even in 15 perhaps. So 18:40. Right? 18:40. In fact, 18:40 is the time that I wanted to be departing. So, apply. And Charlie Bravo Alpha 9 will be November 4 Golf. This is easier, so we can use a different call sign. Disconnect and connect to VATSIM real quick. Yeah, that's fine. And generate the flight. Okay, view PDF. So let's see, how much fuel do we need? We need 1571, so 160. Let me just do some teleportation here. And let's increase this to 1600. Snacks. Well, I understand it's your mom annoying you, but I don't think moms really annoy us. We have to take care of our mums. All right, that's set. Refuel. Let's open and engage it. Off we go. Refueling is now happening. Meanwhile, you guys will take out on passengers. I will remove this. Sorry, transponder is on 2000. That's all correct. So flight plan menu. I will delete the flight plan. We'll have to delete it twice probably. Nope. There we go. Okay, and we have no departures out of here, so it's literally just fly off, and yeah, easy stuff. So, or maybe, do we have actually? No, I don't think so. No, we don't. Okay, fine. We have a departure procedure, but it's basically just text: do not exceed 250 knots below 6,100, climb in visual conditions to cross the airport at or above 6,100, and climb heading on 157 to 8,100 before proceeding on course. So heading 157, let's set that up. 157 to 8,100. So that's what I'll do. And in fact, I can do heading, vertical speed, plus 25. Set, or you know what? No, never mind. I'll reset that later. 8,100 is set, that is set, and off we go. So yeah. Sing Trash Fire, do you have to take out the trash? Yes, you have. Yes, you have. It's actually a real thing. As a pilot of this kind of airplanes, you actually do have to care about a lot of this stuff. Okay, anyway. So let's check. Let's check the rest of the stuff here. So final reserve on alternate. This is our diversion fuel. 690. And we are flying direct this way, 0.52 north, 120 west. Is it really like that? Can't I just proceed directly? But let's try it. 52 north, 120 west. Oh. Yeah, that's it. I guess. Let's see if it does make any sense or not. And then we're flying to Charlie Bravo Alpha 9. Enter. Oh, it's not finding it. Okay. Come on, Garmin. You should be faster than this. Interesting. Well, how do I get it on the thing then? Because it literally should be like that. CBA 9. I feel like this waypoint is wrong. Let's clear this out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a problem. I thought I checked this, but apparently not. Interesting. How can I do this then? I know what I can do. We can fly to here, and from there, I'll try something out. So let's enter this one to start with. Let's go flight plan. Get out of here. I want the arrow. Why is this Garmin so slow? And why is the wind still howling? Oh, now it's zoomed in. I didn't want to zoom in. Oh no. It's gonna be a little bit annoying now. And now the arrow doesn't want to move. Oh, come on. Ah, it's still... Okay, it's just slow. Jesus Christ, it's really... It is actually slow. Yes, please zoom in now. I'm gonna try to create a point, because I have the map. I know that the airport is right here. And I'll create... But this is weird, man. We have a GPS procedure there. That is weird. Why don't we have... Charlie Bravo Whiskey? It should be right here. Sorry. Right here. Yeah. Because we have an RNAV procedure there. It's literally published in Navigraph charts. Okay, these guys broke the Garmin G1000 with whatever latest update they had there. But yeah, the airport should be there. Okay, anyway, we should have visual conditions, so... Well, I just want to see what was the other airport there. Charlie Bravo Whiskey 3. Okay. So let's add it. Charlie Bravo Whiskey 3. Fort Graham. I'm going to add that, and we'll leave it like this. It's going to be perfect for us. No problem. Okay. Fine. Let's continue. Are we refueled? Yes, we are refueled, so I'm gonna just hop in through the window, close this, close that, and shut this off. In fact, I did it the wrong way. Okay. Good, so that's closed. Now let's add the passengers. So unfortunately we have to do this way. How many passengers, guys, do we take? 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna say they have about 100 kilos of baggage, because why not? Fuel is on, and you guys tell me the amount of passengers. In the meanwhile, I'll do the rest of the thing. I see. So that chart I was telling you about is restricted. Okay, well, interesting. Five passengers. Sounds fine. Let's go. So let's assume they are about 70 kilos each, or 75, so that'll be a 150 on the aft row, then 150 here, and then one guy gets to sit here. That sounds good to me. Done. Apply. Very good. Okay, everything is set. Our route is set as well, which is great. Just want to zoom in back here. That is all good. And we had the refueling complete. Weather seems fine. That seems fine. And what else? What else? What else? I think that's it. So let's do a very quick departure briefing while... actually, no, you know what? Passengers are in. Let's close this. No. Wait. I have to close that first. There we go. Just confirm everything is closed on this side as well. That would be fun. That'd be a lot of baggage thrown out. That's all closed. Fantastic. Okay. So that's closed. One of the guys will be doing the departure briefing. The safety briefing for the passengers. You guys do the safety briefing for the passengers. I will start to prepare the rest of the stuff. So that's on. Seatbelt sign is going to come on. That's all fine. That's all fine. Put this to on. Auto. Strobe lights on. Let's do a checklist. And before that, just very quickly do this. 104, 104, 115, 132. So let's do 132. Or in fact, you know what? I'll just do for 210 because that's the maximum limit we have. 210 is set. Alright, compute, send. Checklist. Before start, PUD, ZFB wireless off airplane mode. Fuel quantity is checked. 16 is on board. Doors closed. Thrust ignition switches. Thrust is closed. Ignition switches auto. Thrust levers idle. Parking brake is set. Seatbelt shoulder harnesses are set. And before start, checklist is complete. Alright guys, very quick departure briefing. So we start the engines. We backtrack runway 33. Depart full length. Okay, depart full length, turn towards the left, essentially doing a circuit, climbing to at least 8,100, maintaining below 210 knots, and then we continue on course, climbing to our cruise altitude of level 430. Alright, that'll be pretty simple. We'll do flaps 1, V-speeds will be 104, 104, 115, 132 on the initial, and we'll be accelerating quickly to 210 flaps up. Alright, SimCrashFly already gave us the safety briefing, so very good, very nice. So we can start the engines. Engine start, and we'll start number 2 first. go. That seems like a good start, just waiting for the engine to be stabilized. And we can start engine number 1. Off we go. Martin, any quick tricks before GNAV exam on Monday? Trust what you know. I'll say it like that. Alright, good to start. And oh, Martin just donated €2. Conduct a Zoom takeoff. Thank you very much for the €2, dude. What is a Zoom takeoff, please? And Nathan, we got it fixed. That's all fine. Alright, let's go. Flaps 1, windshield heating is on. Batteries are all good. That is all good. That is all good. That is all checked. Ice protection for now not required. That is all set. Let's go taxi light on. Flaps are set. I'm gonna go already with the transponder to alt mode. And let's go. Before taxi, GPU not used. Batteries 1 and 2 voltages checked. Stall systems are checked. Checked it on the flight before. Flight controls. Well, I don't feel anything. So that seems good to me. As well as the pedals. Trims, we've got that set. And the other ones are neutral. Altimeter's 3041 is set. In fact, I should have checked if it changed. Nope, for now not. And ice protection for now not required. Taxi is complete. Next one will be before takeoff checklist. So, taxi lights on, brakes are released. Off we go. Snacks, zoom equals maximum vertical climb. Ha, I see. Well, we got passengers on board. I don't know if they'll find that fun. But we can try. Let's see, do we have anybody on the traffic pattern? No. Okay. So that is on. I'm gonna put maximum landing lights on. Clear left, clear right. Folks, would you like a quite interesting departure out of here? Oh yeah, sure. Okay. So let's say they agree to do it. I mean, I'll try to do it. This is not the best place to do it because we don't have a lot of runway. This would work better on a very long runway. We don't have a very long runway. In fact, this airport is quite interesting because it's literally on a little bit on top of a mountain, as you can see. So that's pretty cool. Castle Guard traffic, November 4 Golf, he's backtracking, running 33 for departure. So yeah, Martin, GNAV exam, ATPL, right? I mean, be very precise, be very picky, be careful with like a millimeter on your CRP5 will make a difference. So bring the pencil sharpener, be very precise. Don't use the plotter on maps because printed maps can have different scales from your plotter. Use your whatever it's called. What's that instrument called? Ah, Jesus Christ, that tool. It's not the compass. Compass is in Portuguese. It's called drawing compass. Yeah, the drawing compass. So make the measures with that, and yeah, just pay attention to what you're doing. You should be fine. You should be fine. Let's do takeoff config.
Takeoff. Okay.
Brilliant. Before takeoff, configuration check, cast messages, none strobe lights are on, and before takeoff checklist is complete. Whoa, 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 I'm going quite fast here. There's a bit of a heavy braking. Also, guys, you might have noticed, but I have 3D vegetation disabled on purpose because for whatever reason, these two sceneries are very heavy on FPS due to the trees that are around here, so... That was a nice lineup. Alright, brakes are set. You guys are ready? Let's go. 40% and take off. Actually, stand by. I want to put the timer on. Let's go again. 40%, take off. Take off green, brakes off. Thrust set. Oh, it's starting to snow. Oh crap. Alright, first officer, engine protection. Speed is alive, 80 knots. First V1 rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Now waiting to get to 160. Flaps up. I'm accelerating, which is doing it smoothly. And let's go climb. And that's about it. That is about it. Let's go heading, vertical speed, flight level change, and autopilot. Oh, that was abrupt. That was very abrupt on the autopilot. Come on, dude. This is right-handing. 157. Was it 157, right? Yeah, 157. Well, 4,200. Not bad. That was weird on the autopilot. Probably those guys are gonna get sick. Whoa. Yeah, approaching, gonna continue climbing. 43. Alright, got established on that. Let's put 225. Anti-ice off. Really wasn't expecting that to happen on the takeoff roll. And it's a right-hand turn again. Martin, thanks for the tips and yes, ATPL GNAV. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. Just focus on what you're doing. Make the right measurements. After takeoff, gear is up, flaps are up. The yaw damper is on. And after takeoff, checklist is complete. I'm just gonna go for the descent. That'll be it. Let's go flight plan. Let's do direct to this waypoint right here. Activate nav. And I forgot to submit the flight plan, so let me do it very quickly. That's done. Okay, let me catch up with the chat. It was a bit of a messy departure. It's compass 2. Martin, okay, thank you. They're all wearing G-suits. Yeah, it's only that this runway wasn't long enough to do it. That's why I told you it wasn't gonna work. So that's the only reason. Okay, let's remove the minimas for now. We don't need them now. And I'll just leave the clock now running. Looking good. You guys are fine back there? No one threw up? Right now we're estimating 2 hours and 2 minutes. That time is going to be shortened. So we're doing good. Run up 100% release brakes. Yeah, that's kind of was it. That was kind of it. I held the brake, but the runway is too short. Like, this would work if we would have a 3-kilometer runway, which would allow me to put the gear up, flaps up, accelerate to like a proper speed, and then really push up. And this way we would bleed off the extra speed. But this wasn't really the case here. This wasn't really the case. View is great though. Approaching transition level. And what I could do, but I don't think it's a very good idea, I could fly faster on the climb, but that would probably trade off quite badly. Alright, standard set, and standard set. Cross-checked, looking good. Snacks, we call that a regular takeoff. That was a bit... Martin, next stream. Yeah, you know what? I have an airplane that, even though it will not be a super powerful takeoff, but it will be definitely a little bit easier to do this kind of things. Actually, you know what? Next stream, here's the thing, guys. Next stream is going to be full play mode. So we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be literally play mode. Almost no checklists, okay? It's gonna be go, 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 have fun. Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing. And we're gonna be talking about flight controls. Flight controls, because we spoke about lift yesterday, right? So we're gonna be talking about flight controls. And today we're gonna have a little bit of a talk about what is center of gravity, how is it calculated, and what's the percentage of CG and all that stuff. Mark, you made the correct piloting command choice not to do the zoom on a short runway. Good piloting decision. Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't the best what happened later, but yeah, it kind of worked out. It's a bit bumpy here. Cabin is nicely pressurizing. I would have taken a slight turn left to avoid the mountain ahead and zoom right before it. It makes sense, however, what if something goes wrong? I wanted to have altitude, so I tried to use a little bit of extra power, extra speed, but at the same time gain a little bit of altitude. We need an F-18. I'll take my F-16. I have a better airplane than the F-16 and the F-18 coming up next live stream, and you guys know it. We've already flown it a couple of times on previous live streams. It's so much fun, and we will have fun. It's going to be a fun stream. So if you want to join, please join me. Martin, have you looked into any airlines yet? I heard a couple companies are open for direct entry, first officer, Wizz, Ryanair, and a couple of Italy. So yes, to a certain point, because first thing, I didn't yet finish my CPL, because weather in Portugal has been amazing lately, and that doesn't really help. That doesn't help too much. So yeah, I haven't finished the CPL yet. That's the first part. The second part is that after I finish the CPL, I have to finish the MCC. So that's another chapter, let's say. And I'm looking towards that. So I'm trying to figure out which place is going to be the best to go for. NTS protection off. Just left the clouds. So there is that as well. And yeah, it's been kind of like that. But I've been analyzing quietly what's happening. Absolutely true. So I just don't know yet. But I've started studying, like I started doing stuff to be prepared. Sorry, that was loud. Yeah, I definitely started working towards that path. Sync crash flyer better than the F-18, F-16? Well, for certain things, yes, absolutely. Martin, so CPL first, then the MCC. Would you move from Portugal, or would you stay around that region? Not sure what TAP are offering. Oh, I would totally move. I would totally move. I'm completely open to what could come forward. So I'm totally fine with that. I don't mind moving. I'm actually quite curious about that, so I'm completely open. Like I said, it's exciting times ahead. Exciting times ahead. Alright, Mach point 6. Yeah, that would be the climb, but I want to go with climb 62 though. A bit of a headwind here. A bit of a headwind situation. Clouds are looking great though. It's 21st of January, rocking nicely. I'd love to see the UTC time. You guys know how to change this to UTC? Should be via menu, but it doesn't work, so... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's just the map, but there should be more options when pressing the menu button. There should be more options. Hey, let's do something as well. I believe we can do this now. That is coming towards auxiliary, and we can compute the range. So this is what I want to do. This means if we're going to have enough GPS or not. RAM available. Good. Because right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 satellites, 5 of which are properly being used. Oh, there it is. Wait. UTC time. There we go. Fantastic. That's much better. That's much better. There we go. Switch to UTC 1815, and we departed 13 minutes ago. So this was exactly how I was planning. So fantastic. We should have a nice arrival time into our destination. Martin, if you end up finding a job in Russia by any chance, I'll tag along with you. No, that's not gonna happen, because in Russia I believe they have a different kind of license, and mine is European, and I'm also not really, I mean, I don't think in Russia right now they're really looking for pilots, and they, oh boy, sorry, and in Russia they have their own flight schools and their own way of doing things, so I don't think it's actually like even an option to be considered. Yes, next we got the change. We got the change there. It's a bit weird though that the map, like this is cut out. It should be fixed. This is fine because probably this page was coded before, and this is one of the new pages that's coded recently with Explain 12, and they didn't consider it. So yeah, this one was there before, or maybe I missed an update. Was there any update recently? Yeah, that's cut out completely. Some pages are fine, others are not. Let's do narrow. Wait, if I keep it narrow, let's see. Okay, now it works. Yeah, we got it. We have a barrel transition alert. Oh. Oh, I want to try that. Wait. Fuel, pounds. Pounds per hour. Can I change this? Gallons per hour? No, just pounds or gallons. Okay. I can't change. Celsius. Let's do this on. 18,000 for now. I'll leave this. Oh, we can't change the voice. There's a voice for male as well. That's fun. And field 1, ground speed, track. Okay, to go, all that stuff. ETA, that's fine. Channel spacing is fine. Okay, that was pretty interesting actually. $37,000, 70 knots of headwind. How lovely. How lovely. Snacks, click on system on the left. No, I don't think. Ah, well, yes. Click and then put it as narrow. Yeah. But I prefer it to have it as large like that. At least for now. But yeah, it should be automatic probably. Should be probably automatic. Mark, now I actually spoke to a Russian licensed pilot. He was 18, only a PPL, and he was an FO on an A320 or their equivalent over there, only at 18 and with a PPL. Nuts. That can't be true. No way. No way. I don't believe that. I don't believe that because at least in Europe, I think you have an age limit. Wait, ICAO, ATPL age limit. Not to start. Yes. So according to ICAO standards, the minimum age to hold an airline transport pilot license is 21 years. So I'm right. I still remember this from reading this stuff. So you can start early, but then you have to wait until you get 21 anyway. So and Russia is an ICAO state, even though it's kind of like not right now, but it is. So I don't believe it. No way. Something from that is very, very sketchy. You can't even be an A320 FO with PPL only. You don't have enough. I mean, you have to have an instrument rating, night rating, multi-engine rating. You, of course, can have all of those with a PPL, but I don't trust it. Synchronous fighter, looking glad in Russia you can fly the 154. Nope. Russia isn't ICAO anymore. Well, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. No way. I don't believe it. Did it show any proof? No way. You can be an FO with a PPL. You can be an FO with a PPL, yes, but you cannot work. A PPL license does not allow you to work. You don't have a commercial. So it doesn't work still. So you have to unlock the CPL anyway. I kind of feel like we flew out of here. Not too far from here. Almost. There's our departure. Passing Flammable 400 on the climb. Snacks, maybe the company had some sort of training to get him there. No, I don't believe it still. I don't believe it, because the minimum age to start with a PPL is 17 years old. There is no physical way that in 1 year you jump from 0 to hero. I don't believe it, sorry. It's impossible. If it's true, that is honestly very concerning to me. Like extremely concerning, because 1 year of experience, I'm not really a big fan of that experience stuff, because there can be people with, I don't know, 100 or 200 hours with a lot more experience than people with 1,000 hours. But there is something very sketchy. You cannot be an FO on an A320 with that 18 years old and a PPL only. No. Martin, my apologies, he's 21 now, 18 he was doing the training, I just found the messages on Instagram, he works only off his CPL. Ah, okay, then yes. Then it can be possible. Yes. Okay. Well, then it's fine. Then it's fine. No ATPL's done yet. Okay. Well, then it is fine. Look at those mountains, by the way, the view is amazing. It's quite beautiful. What a beautiful day this was. And we're very slowly climbing, but we are climbing, almost there. 1,300 feet to go. The funny thing though is, on the Garmin it was in pounds, and still here we have it in kilos, so there is something missing there. Yeah, I don't mind. It's good. Martin, I just derailed the stream by claiming an 18-year-old is an FO on an A320. Apologies for the sidetracking. No, it's completely fine. It's fine. It is completely fine. Hey, you didn't do it on purpose, right? A beautiful day out here. Our ground speed is not amazing though. 302 knots. 1 hour and 21 minutes to go. Less than 1,000 to climb. I'm trying to remember what's the cruising speed on this plane. I think it's 0.7273 or 74. Synchro Flyer, how far removed is the Russian aviation industry from the Western one, like study ATPL and so on? I have no idea, to be fair. I have a couple of friends that are in Russia and they are studying to become pilots. but the way they're doing is slightly different. So you can do it how it is done in Europe, and that is going to a flight school directly. Let's say you finish school and you go, and we have 102 level. Or you go and do it via the government. So there are sponsored programs that exist. I think Max 77 is, I don't know. I think it's close to 74. We'll see in a bit. So there are sponsored programs. You can of course pay for those as well, at least from my understanding. Mike is the one that could actually answer that, because he's on one of those programs. He enrolled this year. Very good to him. And those are 5-year programs, so this is much longer than the 2 or 3 years that you usually do it on a normal flight school. Like, you can do there as well, or you do it here in Europe. But like my example, for instance, I started my training almost 4 years ago. I started in March 2022, but I'm doing a modular course, so I did the PPL first, and only then I started with the ATPL and all that stuff. And I'm also working in the meanwhile, so I don't have the full availability to just focus on that. I'd love to, but I don't have that possibility. But it's fine, as long as I do it, it's totally fine. So you enroll in one of those programs. Essentially, you have to have good scores at school, and you have to be good at physical exercise. So you have to like run, all that stuff, and then you have a couple of assessments that you have to do, and then you can pass. And from what I understand as well, when you pass, the best ones, like the top X, I don't know the number, I think varies, can have like a direct contract with a certain airline, which is really nice. So essentially, if you are good enough to enter and you become one of the first ones, like the top of the list, you even have the benefit to be offered a possible contract for an airline. Of course, later on, that doesn't mean you will not have any interviews, any tests, all that stuff. So there is no way that whoever enters that just goes through flight training and then instantly gets a job. No, it doesn't work like that. That would make any sense, because having good grades in school doesn't mean you are a good pilot. So they do test that as well. And yeah, basically it kind of works like that. Yeah, I think 74 is the best. 77 feels like the maximum. I don't want to go with 77. I'll fly 75. Yeah, 75 would be fine. 75 to 74. I'm just letting the airplane accelerate properly. So yeah, there is that, of course. And that's about it. Next, if I'd be already rejected my physical, not 20 anymore. Yeah, physical, and honestly, physical is one of those things that it's good to have it all the time. So the longer you keep your physical, the better it is. So yeah. Synchronous fire, that's interesting. But if you're flying for the government, aren't you in the military? No, that's the thing is, again, so those are civilian. That's a government program for civilian aviation, civil aviation. So no, but you have some, I believe you have some like equivalent to something from the military. So you may not go later to the military service, because it's a mandatory in Russia to go into the military service. At least this is how I got it. So you go there, you have the 5 years. It's essentially like a university degree, plus you get your pilot's license. You can go to an airline if you're good enough, and you are excluded from the mandatory military service, because essentially you already did part of it through that school. So it's good, and it makes total sense, to be fair. So you have a lot of things, and it's quite different from what I'm noticing, but from what I've been talking about. It's not as focused, of course, because it's mixed with a university degree in the middle. So there are things that you study there that I am not studying, for instance. So, and you only start flying, I believe, on the 4th year, so you only fly in the last 2 years of the course, I think. So you start aviation theory, I believe, on the 3rd one, and on the 4th you progress into the flying, and then on the 5th one you will finish the course. So this is what I kind of understood. Okay, let's reduce the throttles, and I'm gonna put current speed control, and so the thrust will be controlled now by the auto throttle, aka auto throttle, which is not exactly. Okay, so that's kind of it. That's kind of what I got. Martin, thinking of converting to Russian license once I finish with EASA after all this talk? I wouldn't, to be fair. I wouldn't, because, yeah, I wouldn't. So, and the best one I could say probably for you would be an ICAO license. I have a colleague in my flight school, he actually got the ICAO license from Brazil. He did it in Brazil, and he came back now to Europe due to whatever reason, I don't remember, I don't know. And he's now converting it to an EASA license, and he told me, like, all my friends in Brazil that got the ICAO license are now flying and getting the hours and all that stuff, so it's really good. Like, Brazil, South America right now is booming. They need a lot of pilots. So, I mean, if you're open to relocating to whatever place, perhaps then just go to Brazil or any other country. I think Asia is pretty strong as well. So, that's it. Ludo Kerman, hey, good to see you here. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Synchronous Flyer, I completely agree. Our military has no use for me. I mean, we've already lost 2 world wars. That's enough. Man, let me be very honest. Like, I think wars are horrible. It's the worst thing that there can happen. And the stupid part is, like, the normal people, the people that actually defines what a country is, not its politics, not the leader, not whatever or whoever politician is sitting there. They don't really define a country. The normal people who will be fighting in those wars never wanted them, unless brainwashed and all that stuff. But it is much more, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a much larger advantage in not having wars, just by having open trade, I don't know, travel. There's a bunch of things. We all depend on each other, and man, I don't want to even start that topic because it's very hard, especially considering what's happening right now in the world. Some of the things that are being said, it's just so pointless. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just pointless. Like, I see a lot of times in Russia the phrase that, oh, we can repeat it all over again. Like, are you dumb? You want to repeat what? You want to repeat that? Or really? Okay, you know what? Go out of your house and stay in the rain for 24 hours, and I want to hear your patriotic talks after this. And this can be applied to any Russian, any American, any Portuguese, any person on earth, to be fair. Yeah, keep saying that until you hear the first gunshot. I want to see that. It's like that anywhere. Exactly, Snacks. I agree 100%. Doesn't reflect what the people want most of the time. Absolutely true. Ludicurman, do you know where I can find some conventional SIDs and stars to fly the B720 from Amsterdam to Gatwick, please? So, here's how it kind of works right now. As we are progressing with modern technology, conventional stars on some airports in Europe are being completely phased out. So, some airports, probably like Gatwick, maybe like Amsterdam, unless there are some SIDs and stars in the last pages or on the first pages. Usually they are assigned as non-RNAV. You can still fly them, but truth is, probably there won't be any already. One place where you can find plenty of conventional navigation still with proper airways, operational VORs and all that stuff is Spain. Spain has literally the entire country, every big airport still has conventional stars and SIDs, operational VORs. You have a proper network of airways, so if you want to explore that, go to Spain. Portugal is not like that anymore. So they changed it recently, and even now, like I think Lisbon and so on, it's just all GPS RNAV, so you cannot really do it. So yeah. Okay, we've got 55 minutes to go. There is a lot of things to think of. I'm gonna try again to... yeah, the arrow is bugged. I cannot do it smoothly. Like, this is not smoothly. The arrow should be moving smoothly, and it doesn't. So this is definitely bugged. I'm not sure if this is an X-plane bug or not, but this is really, really annoying though. Yeah, this is impossible to do, unfortunately. So let me think, what can I do? What can I do here? What was that? That was something. Mr. Rook has subscribed. Thank you very much. Welcome to the channel. So let me think, what can I do for us to get to that airport, so at least we can have a waypoint of reference. Okay, I can try the following. If I go to Sky Vector, and I'm going to add the other airport, Charlie Bravo Whiskey, I have a bearing and a distance. This will be 301. So the reciprocal will be 121. 121 at 20 miles. 121 at 20 miles. And I see what's up here. Okay, so this is going to be challenging. And here's the reason why. The runway that we have here is essentially one-sided, so you can go from the other side, but it's a little bit more complicated. We just get a call. Yeah, Vancouver Center, contact me on 1337. Let's give them a call. Let me just see if...
Runway 13, altimeter 2950, sorry, what was the altitude again?
If his area of control actually does affect us. This doesn't even know where CBA is. Oh yes, okay, it kind of affects. Vancouver Center, very good evening. This is number 4 Gold, flight number 430, proceeding inbound to Charlie Bravo Alpha 9.
Number 4 Golf, Vancouver Center, hello, squawk 5133.
5133 in the box, number 4 Golf.
Vancouver Center, lower Lufthansa 490,
5133.
Lufthansa 490, heavy Vancouver.
So that's set. Okay. So you know what? We have 51 minutes to go. I'll see if I can...
November 4 Golf, identify flight level 430.
I will see if we can... if we can talk about the CG, because now that we've got control, we might not have opportunity to actually...
492 descend 7,000 unrestricted.
About it. So let's see. I don't know if point bearing a distance works on the G1000. Let me Google it real quick.
At Running 3, 18, welcome Vancouver, gate 83 by Mike Tango, from your discretion.
Probably not. We can create custom waypoints, but not PBD. Or I could try the following. I could try waypoint.
Pressure 339, when ready, descend, flight level
Reference
210.
waypoints.
210, Westjet 339.
Yeah, the problem is to create a waypoint. I prefer to just do it differently, but it doesn't do this way. Can I rename this? What if I rename this? Let's call it Charlie Bravo Alpha 9 and reference waypoints, so we can go with what was it? Charlie Bravo Whiskey, right? Charlie Bravo Whiskey. Three. Okay, and this would be on one. God damn it. What sky vector was there? Yeah, 121. So let's try that. At
That's the 971, clear to us for the RNAV approach
30
runway
miles? 20
13.
miles.
Radar services are terminated. Switch to local frequency for landing. Report on this frequency when landed or on the missed approach.
Clear direct access, runway 13.
God damn it.
We'll call you when
Okay.
we're on the ground.
Enter.
Pasco 971.
Okay, enter.
Thumbs up 492, descend. Let's make two. Do you have the terrain in sight?
Yeah, it's not exactly there. 121. It kind of got there, but it's not exactly there.
Thumbs up 492, roger, then
121.
6,000.
Descend 6,000, 122.
So we need about 24 degrees. So let's try again. Let's do CBW. Bear with me. Three. At 1, 2, maybe 1, 2, 3. Let's try 1, 2, 3. 20 miles. Nope, has to be more than that. Kind of moved a little bit, but we need more. Let's try again. I did 125. No, I did 123. Let's try 127. 20 miles.
What's your 339?
Nope, has to be more than that.
I'll pick up an ATIS here shortly for Comox for you. Altimeter 298 to 791 to find the ILS Yankee 112 to approach Bog B transition and clear direct Bog.
Oh crap, I changed the other one.
Around that, altimeter 29887, correct. Bobby for the Bobby transition, ILS Yankee runway 12, Westjet 339.
Oh my god, I hate the Garmin with the mouse. It's so annoying.
4,000, Lufthansa 492.
Can I get to the waypoints, please? Enter. Okay, let's try. Oh my god. That's Charlie Bravo Whiskey 3. Enter. So we did 133 and it was still not enough. So maybe we try like 140 perhaps. Because check this out, it's right here. So it should be about here. So let's try 140. Are you guys understanding what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to create a custom waypoint for the airport. Yeah, there we go. Yay, fantastic. Finally. Finally. Can I proceed direct now? Direct. And because according to the map, we should be at a
As a 492 should turn
according to the VNav, it's at 2,353. I'm going to assume 2,400. So let's do 2,400. So VNav actually calculates. Activate.
And then I'll help the vector
And we
around.
should have a very, very small turn. There we go.
492, descend 2,000, clear the ILS Zulu, runway 08 left approach.
Let's check
empty
it.
entrance.
Oh my god. I think we got it. Yay, we got it. Finally. Oh god, we did it. Okay, we created a waypoint for the airport. Now, here's the thing. We're gonna have to go via Google Maps to study a little bit the airport, because it's gonna be like a visual circuit at completely. We have no procedures. So, let's see. Can I find it like that? Oh yes, there it was. Fantastic. Okay, so as you can see, right here it's actually pretty clear, but on the sim this part is fully covered with trees. So I probably will not do that. What I'll probably try to do is enter via this valley, because we'll be coming from here. Perhaps I could like fly over the field, enter here, descend in this valley, and then just follow the river towards here. And once we enter this open water, it's pretty simple, because it's just like this. And then in case we have to go around, it's also much more open and it's easier for us to land. Do we have anything here?
The 492, winds at 080 at 11, clear to land, runway 08 left.
Yeah, no. Oh, we have a view here. Let's check it out. Oh wow, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so probably we could do that. We could do that. But so let's design. Okay, this is gonna be design. Yeah, of course. So let's clear this. Let's put CG here. Let's CB. Clear this. CBA 9.
Caution, winds and Comox right now are 120.
And let's say we will go towards here. GPS. This is 10 miles out. Seems like fine to me. Or perhaps like this. 8 miles. I want to see 7 miles. 8 miles. Okay, let's do 9 then. We're gonna do 9 miles. Okay, 9 miles. Once this is gonna be inbound, so we're gonna have to do it slightly differently. So, you guys see my screen?
Push 339, send 3000.
So this is gonna be the airport.
3000, watch at 339.
Actually, I should have just drawn runway. So we're gonna do runway here. It's gonna be airport. This is gonna be our track, our arriving track.
Okay, we'll pick it up.
So we arrive over the airport. It's gonna be our track. We are proceeding on it like that. So for now, I'll leave it like this. Or you know what? I'll do this first. I'll do CBA 9 here, like that, much better. Stupid zoom. There we go. So we fly outbound 353. Should be more than enough. 353. So fly this 353 for 9 miles. Then we do a turn. And we're gonna try to, what's the runway? Runway will be 21. So 21, it's gonna have to be like this. So let's say we do a 90-degree turn. And then a 180, kind of.
And all stations are standby once PC crashed.
Like,
I'll be right back.
okay. The app just crashed. Alright, 213, 213, right? Oh, perfect. Okay, so this is what we need. 5 mile final here. So 5, 5, 2, and 9. So this is what we do. 9 mile, 2 nautical mile. This is gonna be 5. Wait, maybe I'll do it. This is what we're gonna do, okay? 5, 5, and 2. So let's plan all of this for 3-degree descent. What's the top altitude here? This is 5,000 here. It's pretty high. This is pretty high, so maybe we will not be able to do the 3-degree descent over here. So let's go from the back. We want to beat 2,353. Let's assume 2,400. So 2,400 feet is going to be our airfield elevation. Okay, 2,400. This is what we're going to be doing. Elevation. And with red, I'll put the VNAV points. So 5 miles. For each mile, let me write a note here. 1 nautical mile is equal roughly 300 feet. Okay? Each 3 miles is approximately 1,000. Okay? So we have 5 miles. 5 miles will count 1,000 plus 600. So we will do the following. Plus 6, 3, 4, this will be at 4,000 feet here. And then 5,600 feet here.
492, welcome to Vancouver.
Then plus, because this is going to be a turn, I'll add plus 100 or plus 200 feet. So let's do plus 600 plus 800 perhaps. Or maybe even do the full-blown mile. Yeah, let's do the full-blown mile. So here it's going to be 6,600. Okay, and so plus the 9, this will be plus 3,000. This will be 9,600 feet here. So here's the plan, guys. Did you catch up with me? Let me recalculate the VNAV here very quickly. What? Come on. Thank you. 9,600. I hate this stupid mouse.
137.
Worship 339, clear to ILS Yankee.
And we're going to descend on a 3-degree descent.
ILS T12 Bobby transition.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Okay, and what I can do from this one is I can turn it into a VOR station, sort of a VOR station with the Garmin G1000. It's very useful, so I'm going to be able to put all of those tracks in.
Altimeter in Seattle,
Can we see the weather as well? No, fine. Totally fine. Okay, so what did I do? first things first, we vandalized the terrain, and I told you guys I wanted to land from this side right here because, well, the view is better, the approach is gonna be easier to make. Where is it? Where is the field? There is the field. Instead of just going from this side right here, that's gonna put us towards mountains, and on the simulator, this area right here is full of trees, and I feel like we're gonna burn a lot of runway length that's not gonna be exactly useful for us. Also, additionally, this is gravel, okay? So gravel means worse braking action, plus it's snowy, so no margin for error. This is 1,793 meters, so almost 1,800 meters of runway length. This is pretty long, but again, if we're going to be landing about here, we're going to lose a lot of it. I prefer to come from the other side. So this is what we'll be doing right here. Do not this is departure, so disregard this. Runway shoulder is unprepared, occasional drop off at runway edge to 4 feet deep. Lovely. Fantastic. So that's all fine. We got what's with the runway. So here's what we're going to do. We will be flying over the field, and we're going to do some sort of a traffic pattern. So we're going to be entering on this valley, as we were able to see here. There's a pretty open valley, not a lot of terrain compared to what's around it. And we'll be doing this, this, and this. Where can we have guidance? We have guidance at any point or at any line that's coming from the airport point. So I'll be using this one as a reference. Again, it's only a reference because I didn't create the waypoint exactly where the airport is. So if my point is, say, like right here, this is going to be wrong. So this is all guidance, just well, for reference. Set this. I want to zoom in a little bit. Actually quite clear there. We have the waypoint Tupolev, which is not present here, but I could use little nav map to plan this as well. We have 10 minutes till descent. Let's use little nav map real quick and see where Tupolev falls. So this is why I have planned for the next flight. Let's see. Yeah, Tupolev is a little bit off the plan, so not too bad, but my waypoint here is not exactly right, so we're gonna have to change this. Still, it's fine. We're gonna use it as it is. So this is what we're gonna be doing. Close this, we don't need it now. Be flying over the field, aka the field, the waypoint, turning towards the north so we can get towards the valley, descending, turning over the river, and then once we get over the river towards the lake, we can be established on a visual circuit. It's pretty well seen from this side. So this is from where we're going to be turning over the river, right here, clear of terrain. Visibility allows us, it should, will be perfectly aligned with the runway. Okay, so we did this little traffic pattern, and we calculated. We know that for a 3-degree glide path, every 1 nautical mile is 300 feet, it's slightly more than that, it's 333, and every 3 nautical mile is 1,000, okay, so this one is closer. So to make life easier, we're gonna do a 3 miles is 1,000, then plus 2 miles plus 300, so this leg here should take us 1,600 feet to descend. This leg here, 1,600 feet to descend. This one, I took 3 miles, so I took 1,000 because it's going to be a curved turn, right? We're going to have the reference 9 miles. We're going to start the turn. And once we finish the turn, it could be a wider turn or something else. We could lose more altitude than that. So we continue onwards. Also a good reference, Great Mora on this one, 8,700, 7,700. So as we'll be descending towards here, it seems to me like these are pretty safe altitudes. That will keep us well above any terrain. Also, we're not going to be flying exactly above any terrain. Of course, we will not do this inside clouds. If this is going to be full of clouds, we're going to have to find another way, perhaps descending over the lake or something. And then we're finding an opening in the clouds and maintaining visual contact with the ground. but we're not going to be doing this. But this is at least the initial plan with good weather. So descending to here, and then a visual. Missed approach, of course, is going to be somewhere along the water, climbing, etc. And then you can go for another attempt. But this is what I planned. Does it sound good to you guys? I think so. And I think we kind of did the arrival briefing already. So it looks pretty fine, at least to me. Okay, I'll leave this here. We have 7 minutes to the top of descent. Let's see what are going to be speeds with flaps full, of course. 109, so I'll add at least 5 knots to that. We're looking at 114. I'll probably add even more to that, so 114, 115 perhaps, 116. Yeah, that sounds good to me. That's about it. I'll only get a VOR-based star at least at the end of 2025. Star possible? Not... no, wait, not anymore. It doesn't have the stars. It does have the final approach. So if you're doing the ILS, it is still based via VOR. So essentially, if you don't have any RNAV equipment, you just fly to the VOR, and then you go and join the ILS. Like we did on the DC-3 livestream, by the way. So, yes, this sounds like fine to me. So having a fuel 1000 kilos, our diversion fuel was 690, so we're looking good. Especially now that we're soon going to go for descent, even better. Synchro Flyer, this...
Looks like my PC is crashing non-stop here, so unfortunately I'm going to have to go offline. Attention all aircraft, surveillance services are terminated. Switch on repeat, please. See ya.
See you, thank you.
Have a nice day, bye-bye. So... Synchro Flyer, it's a nice lake, we need a seaplane to land and fish. Oh yeah. Well, if everything goes to plan, and we do the other stream that I'm thinking of, we are going to be departing from this exact airport and flying to some other airports in between, and that'll be really fun. So, yeah. 5 minutes till top of descent, let's go. Abbey tab, checklist, descent, ice protection, not required, pressurization, landing field elevation, well, we probably will not have any, to be fair. 2,264, and that's assumed on what? It's not too far off, to be fair. It's like 90 feet off, so it's actually pretty good. So landing field elevation is correct. Landing speeds are set. I'm going to send those to the Garmin, and descent checklist is complete. I'll leave here with the VNAV page, and we're going to do altitude selection. It still says 2,400 here, which I don't like. Oh, because it didn't change. I wanted 9,600, right? I think it was it. 9,600? 9,600, enter MSL. There we go. Now we have 9,600 there. Fantastic. So 7 minutes and... oh, okay, yeah, so because it didn't recalculate it properly, now we have a little bit more time on a cruise. So that's good. Still a lot of snow. Still looking pretty good. Secret Fire, did I do missed approach as well? I mean, in case of. I didn't do a missed approach, but in case we do a missed approach, we could just fly towards the airport and climb to the Great Mora, which is the 8,000 feet. 8,700, so we can climb to 8,000 to start with. T-Fox, hey! Oh wow, flight level, fantastic. Hey, how are you? Great to see you. You're just in time. We should have a pretty interesting approach. We didn't have the time to talk about CG, but no worries about that. We will have another flight to talk about CG. Six minutes to go. Looking beautiful. Love the view. Absolutely love the view. Flying 0.75 Mach, burning around 310 to 320 kilos probably, or even less than that. I mean, it's even less than that now, but this auto throttle is not very good as well. Or this is not exactly an auto throttle, it's constant speed current speed control. So essentially it locks a range of thrust which it can control to maintain certain speed, and that will be dependent on the lever position at which you turn it on, at least how it is simulated on this airplane. It works okay, not amazing, but okay. Pretty good. And it feels so so easy, this airplane, compared to the 134. 134, you have to be on your toes constantly. Yeah, ground speed 359. Not amazing. 22 minutes to go. Literally the only waypoint. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Probably to work as a guidance, as my waypoint is slightly to the north, I'll have to use like 214, maybe 215. But yeah, looking good. 4 minutes to go now. Enjoy a little bit of the view. I think I had disengaged the passenger seatbelt sign, right? No, I didn't. Well, it's fine. They can do whatever they want anyway. Oh, and I made the seating not a very logical seating. Or maybe actually it makes sense, because I've put two guys there, I've put two guys here and one here. It actually makes sense, because otherwise it would be 4 people here and one on the back, completely isolated. So at least this one that's on the back can talk to the person right here. Yeah, well, we're not going there exactly. Let me see. Out of curiosity, does that change? Well, that didn't change. Oh, the lights work. And what about now? Okay, the lights, the seatbelt sign disconnected. Well, it's alright. We'll check the outside for you guys. Lovely livery. Look at the reflection there. I like how in the shade it almost looks black, and then on the sun it comes quite to life. And looks cool from below as well, look at that. Almost looks like a toy plane. Right folks, we're going to be descending soon, so quick toilet break. It's actually simulated, dude. This is so fun. So no one can watch. I think there was like a lady on a British Airways flight that was complaining that the toilets had windows. I think it was on a British Airways, and the cabin crew essentially told her that, Miss, if there will be somebody at 35,000 feet trying to look up the window, through the window, they deserve the watch. So that was pretty fun. Alright, let's go VNAV. VPath is armed. We will select our 9,600 to start with. It's going to be, of course, all manual. Oh, and one thing that we can do as well is minimums, at least 1,000 feet above field elevation. So let's assume to 360 plus 1,000 will be 360. So off I go with the scrolling. 360. It's a long scrolling. Synchronous Flyer, you didn't know there was a TVC? You don't need the Falcon anymore. 360, and down we go. Current speed control off. Power to idle, otherwise we'll be overspeeding. That was quite aggressive. 360. That's done. 1 hour and 11 of flight time. 1 hour and 11. I'd love to see the weather. Can we see the weather? Not yet. Well, no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just joking. Scene crash. Maybe it has a bigger TV. Well, I could say that there is a jet with a bigger TV, but I don't really recommend it. But there is a bigger jet with a bigger TV and even a bed. That's the, what is it called? The other Embraer, oh Jesus. Lineage, I think it was the Lineage 1000, something like that, from X-Crafts. So you've got that. That does it. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Thank you. Lovely. We are on the descent. Even though we are applying a little bit of power, we're just burning, literally burning half of what we were burning before. So. It's pretty good. 963 kilos. Gonna have to add a little bit more power to keep ourselves with a proper speed. I want to see a weather report. We need that weather report because I'm using the other weather, right? I'm using the real world weather, but from the 21st of February, and as you can guess, there is no METAR on this remote, quite remote airport. Well, I wanted something interesting and I got it. So, there goes that. So, 15 minutes until we get over the field. We completed the descent checklist as well. Set a speed of 220 there. For now, I'll just keep this power setting, so we maintain some speed on the descent as well, and then I'll just bleed it off a little bit before getting there. Still 83 miles to go. We're pretty high, so we have the time. A lovely snowy landscape. Now the fuel flow is quite higher. We'll reduce the power just a tiny bit. Ground speed 351. Not a lot, almost what we had in the cruise. In fact, it's actually more than what we had in the cruise, I think. We had 340 on the cruise, so definitely getting up to speed. And I need weather. Hey, there we go. So let's see. 3036. Let's set this up already. 3036. That's set. Visibility more than 10. Wind light and variable. This is great. Sky conditions scattered at 2,600 feet. Fuel at 18,500. Scattered. Well, this is not real. Temperature -9, dew point -13. Okay, so looks all good, apart from the scattered at 2,600. So this will dictate whether we will be able to do that or not. But the good news is we already have visual over the lake. It's literally the beginning of the lake, and we can already see it. So that's fantastic, I would say. Yeah, beautiful. Did we ever land the Phenom on gravel? I'm trying to remember. I don't think so. I think the most extreme we did, we landed on the road in Australia. Yeah, I think that was the most extreme we did. When we did the Royal Flying Doctors Service. RFDS. I think that was it. In Australia, we landed on the road essentially. And then we went to Hudson's Hope, but that was a paved runway. So we never landed it on the gravel. So there's a first. It's gonna be a first for the Phenom. It's a cool flight to make on the C90B as well. Oh, and by the way, I completely forgot to tell you guys, but the scenery I'll be using for this one, on Castlegar we use the default scenery, but for this one I'm using a Northern British Columbia Wilderness Strips. This is a scenery. The link is on the description, and man, it is amazing. With the scenery, it even comes with a link. This is the scenery I'm talking about, and the amount of sceneries out there with this is absolutely stunning, amazing, and very, very much worth the try. So if you get it, you get a file that will link to Google Maps and will show all these pinpoints, which you can literally click and see. You have a picture of each of the sceneries. You can see where that is. There is a small note regarding the scenery, and man, this is absolutely amazing. We've already flown on these sceneries with the Piper Cub, or the Piper Fox, how I call it. We'll be back. In fact, the Piper Cub is that amazing airplane I was talking about. So we will be back for more. Man, I love the scenery. I wanted to show it specifically for you guys watching. Forgot about it, so there you go. Try this. It is very, very, very good. And it's for X-Plane 12 as well. Now we just got Edmonton Center. I'll be very close to entering controlled airspace soon. We'll see if he's gonna call us or not. One, 3, 5, 7, I guess. I have no idea. Yeah, 1357. So let me put this in already. 13575. If he calls me, I have the frequency ready. So that is it. Sync crash. Our FDS should be a PC-24 in real life, but we used the Phenom 300, right? Yep, that was the case. There is a PC-24 for X-Plane, but it's really not worth it. So I didn't use it. Right, we're doing pretty good. I guess these are the scattered at 2,600 feet, somewhere along. So far up ahead. Oh yeah, there they are. Yeah, so it's gonna be covered like this. It's gonna be a little bit more complicated, for sure. But I'm not seeing that much up ahead, so perhaps it would be possible to do it. We'll see. I hope it will work out. Sync crash fire, I know better by the PC-12. How is the PC-12, by the way? Did they do any extra updates on it? Because last I heard about the PC-12 was that it was a little bit heavy on FPS. It was good, but at the same time, like a bit heavy on FPS. The sounds were perhaps a bit lacking. And I never followed up, so I have no idea. So I have my lovely paint chart open. A quick revision of what we are going to be doing. So 9,600 over. 353 because the waypoint is slightly towards the north, perhaps a degree or two instead of 353. We could do a different one. Oh yeah, I forgot to write that. So I think I should have write that. So 353, this is going to be 157. 157 here, and this should be 213. Yeah, this will work, kind of, I hope. We'll see how it works. Our custom-made chart in paint with a custom assessment of terrain, descent rates, and so on. The view outside is looking amazing though. Okay, what do we have ahead of us? Pretty good. I like what I'm seeing. Some shadows from the clouds, but not too bad. Soon be approaching the transition level as well. Yep, this is how it is, but still a complaint. If FPS is improved a bit over time, sounds you can use Mango or not. Are you using the Mango? I have one. No, I have one sound pack. No, wait. I want to say I have 2 sound packs from Mango. Yeah, I have 2. That's true. I have 2 sound packs from Mango. That's fact. One for the A330 Neo of Tolis, and one for the 747 of SSG. And essentially, they never reworked it. It wasn't good. Default sounds are better. Don't buy it. So my experience with Mango sound packs is a bit ew. Not very good. Okay, it's looking fantastic. I see some scattered clouds there, some scattered clouds there and there, but this is where we're going to be going, and so far I can start to see the valley, and the valley seems pretty clear as well. So that's great news. The SSG one is good. 747 has a V2. When did they release that? They didn't announce it anywhere. Oh man, view is amazing. Outside view. That is lovely. 3 to 4 months ago. Okay. Okay, we passed transition. We passed the transition, so let's go 3036. Oh, that's aggressive. Everybody floated back there. I think I'm starting to see some clouds there, but they're very minimal. So I still think we can try and do it. Alright guys, you ready? Let's see, in range. Signs outlet switch is set, altimeters cross-checked, fuel. We've got 903, I'm saving the most I can. Remember our diversion fuel is 690, so we still have 222 kilos to go. Landing distance is fine, the runway is long enough. As long as I land in the beginning of the runway, we should be good. Lights, not required for now. Cockpit loose items. Don't let any snacks on the ground. And the approach briefing is, well, let's review. The weather is good, and we have our plan. That's about it. And no anti-icing needed, so that's good. The airport should be somewhere along here. And so we are less than 20 miles out. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do heading, select, heading, and I'm going to come here to the Garmin, and I will switch to OBS. OBS stands for Omni Bearing Selector. And when I switch that, essentially what you have now is some sort of a VOR station. And as you can see as well on this map, you can select whatever course you want to do. And that allows you to track it using nav mode, which is really nice as well. And in fact, we didn't even lose VNAV, which is fun. So I'll continue onward, but just because we are doing this manually, I'm gonna go vertical speed, and we're gonna go with vertical speed manually because it's a little bit better this way. Snacks. Just woke up from Le Petit Siesta after dinner, and I see we're descending perfect. Yeah, we're just in time. You are just in time to see some interesting approach. Okay, guys, great news. The clouds are absolutely minimal. We even have a little bit of sunlight here, so it is fantastic. Let me actually recheck the weather again. Yep, speaking of sunlight, there we go. More than 10, wide and variable, scattered at 2,500 feet MSL, scattered, oh, okay, so it's scattered 18,000, scattered, etc., temperature 9, minus 9, 3036, looking all fantastic. Can I see the airport? I can see the airport, this is the airport. Pretty good. So we're heading well towards it, and that's fantastic. So 353 is the course I want to be following. 353 outbound, and we are currently passing exactly 9,600 over the field. So what I want to do though is start probably slowing down very slowly. Get a little bit of vertical speed there. So we have some terrain. We'll be flying over this terrain, and that's important. And we keep over it. So let's see, heading select. Let's switch to heading. Let me reset the course. 353. Let's see if it actually kind of works out. 353 looks good to me, and we still got the distance reference, so that's great. And even more, I can just put this here, and I have my GPS distance reference, which is even better. Ah, perfect. We're almost literally passing over the field, so that's fantastic. And as you can see what I was telling you, well, there is a little bit of cutout trees, but it's not much, so I prefer to go from the other way. That's checked. So next altitude will be 6,600. 6,600. We are approaching 10,000. Lights on. And I want to reset the speed to 180. Ground speed 221, so minus 1,000 should be well enough. We are arriving at the waypoint. Let's turn. In fact, I could just select nav and it will track it. Let's do minus 1,000. This is where I don't want to descend too much, because we still have a lot of terrain here. Are you going to be intercepting that? Doesn't seem like. Did it lost nav? Oh, I didn't intercept it properly, okay. Well, please. Do me a favor. That was weird. Felt like it would be intercepting and then it kind of lost it. Perhaps even more towards the right, like this. Yeah, this one feels much better due to the high terrain. Or perhaps even more, you know what, we can just heading. We just do the heading and that will be it. And I can just set the course to 213 and leave it there. I'll leave it 215. Four 4.5 miles out. We want to be at 9, so we're halfway there. 6,600. Yeah, the terrain here wouldn't really help us out with the descent. And I want to slow down more. And And recheck approach speeds. 108, so 108 plus 7 will be 115. So let's set 115. We're approaching our altitude, almost at 9 miles, so not bad. I want to deploy flaps 1, that's why I'm kind of losing some speed. Let's do 5,600. And let's turn. Let's do flaps 1. $5,600 is set. Speed is good. We are completely visual now. Oh yes. Oops, sorry, pressed pause. My mistake. And we wanted to fly at 157. 157, I'll do 160 for now. Alright, we are 10.9 miles out, approaching 6,000, past 6,000 now. Yeah, 157 is not enough. Continue visually. Keep a bit of power. Alright, 10.1. 10. I'll decrease the altitude. I'm gonna keep vertical speed down, which is to keep it slower. 162 on the ground speed. Let's keep minus 600 now. Next altitude was 4,000 feet. And we should be coming over the lake. There is 9 miles. We are 200 feet low. So we can try to recover that. Perhaps by cutting out a little bit of a shorter route here. So at 5 miles, we want to be at 4,000 feet. Let's go gear down. Flaps 2. I think I can see the airport. Yep, there it is. There it is. Good.
Autopilot.
Autopilot off. Flight directors off. And let's go altitude selection. We'll put 8,000 for the missed approach. Got 3 green. Let's go 6 miles out. Catching up on the profile, in fact. Pretty well. Let's go flaps 3 in a second. Oh, what a beautiful place, man. Not too bad, by the way, with the GPS there. I'll leave a heading for missed approach. Let it be 180. Alright, let's go flaps 3. And let's go flaps full now. There is the airport, pretty well aligned. Now we're stabilized, we can continue. Yeah, this is a good speed. Now we are slightly below now. Let's correct that. don't want to be too much below. A little bit offset. Okay, now I can see the trees. Let's line up ourselves with the runway. Seems pretty good now. Stabilized. Landing checklist. Gear, flaps. We're good to go.
500.
Bit of turbulence. Speed.
400.
Checked. Oh yeah, it's gusting. Now just had a tailwind. 4 knots. Not good.
$300.
A bit high correcting.
200. 100.
Don't land on the bushes. Power to idle. Ground spoilers. Manual braking. Because it's snowy, we want to brake early, but it's a long runway, luckily. Holy cow. We went a little bit below there, possibly because of wind, but we made it. We made it. Welcome everybody to Ospika Airport. We did it. We did it. Windshield heating off. Taxi light on. Oh yes. I'm not going to touch the flaps because we landed on the snow, so there is 100% contamination. We might break the flaps, so we would require some sort of de-icing to be applied, like hot water or something, to make sure that we have nothing in the flaps. Also, I apologize for my 2D trees, but it would completely kill any frame rate if I wouldn't do it this way. And I'm thinking, how should I park? There's that guy waiting right there, so let's perhaps do this. And let's turn it like this. Alright, parking brake is set, landing lights off. And we can essentially just shut off. Air conditioning fans off. Signs off. Hydraulic pumps off. Strobes off. Oxygen cut off. And that is it. Checklist. Parking checklist, or after landing. I didn't switch the on-damper off. Flaps. No flaps. Ice protection off. Lights not required. Trims. Can reset the top one for departure. So that's good. And engine shutdown. Levers idle. Emergency pocket brakes set. Start knob stop signs. Outlet switch off. Lights off. Emergency light switch will be off in a second. Engine ignition off. Battery 1 and 2 after 2 minutes. Alright, very good. Please, thank you very much for flying with us. You can now leave. And would you look at that? What a beautiful scenery. That is amazing. It's absolutely stunning. Alright, I need to catch up with the chat. Check it right now. Well, Syncrash Flyer, I need to probably get the V2 for the 747, and I don't have it. Oh yeah. Martin, this is actually so cool. Replay for sure. Alright, let's do replay. Let's do replay. Let's do a replay. Cool, thank you very much, Syncrash Flyer. Thank you very much, Snacks. And the Gravy, bravo sir, excellent landing. Thank you very much. It's great that we actually got it properly. So let me see, will the landing lights be on or not? Probably not. Yeah, okay, so we have to put them on. And I have to put the airplane closer to the runway so we can see it. How about we look from about... The problem is this is full of... Probably we're going to look from here. Yeah, let's look from here. Pull it back there. Snacks, just kick him with your feet. Poor passengers. Well, this is a nice approach. Walney, great landing, thank you very much. It's for the SSG V2 sound pack. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So I have to have the new version of the SSG, I don't have that. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. Okay, I flared a bit more than I should have, probably. Oh yeah, that was great. That was actually great. The ground spoilers, manual braking, and so on. Stable approach, very nicely done. I got just so slightly below, or right there on final. If I accelerate this, or maybe not that much. Yeah, I felt a little bit lower there, but kind of felt okay. To be fair. To be fair, it was okay. Let's watch it from here. There's too many trees. Too many small trees. But that's cool. That's cool. I love this jet for this, man. You can go to airports that are quite challenging, quite different, shorter runways, but still have the fast pace of the jet. That is so nice. Yeah, that was pretty good. I wasn't expecting to be landing it this smooth, to be fair. I was more expecting a firm landing. Yeah, that was really good. That was actually properly good. Alright, well, in this case, we left the passengers out. Nav light is on, all the rest is good. I can remove that as well. I've pulled that. I didn't touch the flaps, and that's about it. Well, guys, that is it for today. I will leave you with this picture of the Phenom 300 with the moose in the background. And I want to say thank you very much for all your support. I hope you enjoyed this slightly different live stream. With the Phenom, it has a detox from the 134, which, by the way, wasn't that bad yesterday. I really actually enjoyed it. It was really cool. So, yeah, I hope to catch you on the next live stream. I don't know when will it be. If it's gonna be tomorrow, maybe, or if it's not gonna be tomorrow, probably next week. Thank you very much, guys. You're awesome. Have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. And Martin, thank you. Much appreciate your streams. Gets me through ATPLs. Keep pushing, man. You will see that you'll blink, and it will be over real quick. Yep. Final picture. Phenom with the moose. Bye bye, guys. You are awesome.